Hi there, Westside Wellbeing crew. Welcome to our Pilates session. We are going to split this one into two sort of 20 minutes-ish, a tiny little bit over that maybe. And yeah, all you need is a mat. Maybe have some water to hand. Wear something you can move comfortably in. I've got my notes down here so I can check to make sure that we are on track. And we're going to start in a seated position. Just remember, I'm not there with you, so it's up to you to make sure that you're in a safe space. And if anything hurts, if anything feels uncomfortable, please don't injure yourself, just stop. And if you need to be consulting with a medical practitioner, if you've got anything going on, please do that before doing any exercise with us. So welcome to our Pilates session. Come to a cross-legged seated position. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can find a different way to sit. And maybe just come to a little bit of stillness. Maybe shake off whatever you were doing before this, whatever you're going to do afterwards. You have got 20 minutes on the mat for your Pilates session. Maybe even close the door, turn off anything that's going to distract you. See if you can sit up nice and tall with your spine. Reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Let's take a few deep breaths. Excellent. Oh. Those deep breaths made me sneeze. Okay, from here, let's release into the neck. Chin drops towards the chest, and you can gently roll the head from one side to the other. Just see how the neck is feeling, how the shoulders are feeling. Finding your way to stillness. Start to work into one shoulder, it doesn't matter which. We're gonna roll it forwards. Get really funky with it, get into it. See if you can make this movement as big as possible. And then go back the other way. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So it gives us an opportunity just to shake off. If you've been sat at a desk, if you've been hunched forwards, rounding forwards, so just starting to release some of that tension that might be building up. We circle back the other way. Excellent. And then find your way to stillness. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe shrug into the shoulders. Excellent. Let the hands come down beside you. Inhale, take the arms out wide. And as you exhale, let the hands come all the way down. So we're still just releasing into the shoulders. Maybe a little bit like yoga, connecting the movement with the breath here. But really think about lengthening through your torso as you reach up. Keep the shoulders soft. Couple more. Excellent. Releasing the hands to the knees. We're going to take some seated cat and cow pose. So exhale, rock backwards, tuck the chin. Inhale, come forwards, open the chest, gaze goes up. Exhale to rock back. Inhale to come forwards. Lovely. Nice work. We're going to make this a little more circular. So start to come round to the side. Going around one way. Still opening the chest forwards as you come forward. Still rounding back as you go back. And then back the other. Just starting to get a sense that we're really releasing into the shoulders, the spine, the neck, working our way into the hips a little, and just start to find your way back to stillness. Lovely. Release your feet, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, have a bend in the knees. To adjust my leggings so I've got a little bit more movement in them. So, bend in the knees, feet are hip distance apart. Take your arms wide and we're just going to start to roll down, but we're not going all the way down. Get to a point where you feel comfortable, core is engaged, and then inhale to come up. Now, try and keep your shoulders relaxed, your chest is open. You can step the feet a little closer towards the body if that feels good. We're trying to get the lower back to the mat, and then we come up. So this doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't even have to be a big movement. You choose how low you want to go, but try and keep the chest open. There's almost a sense like you're holding this big round ball in between those arms. Connecting the lower back to the mat if that's possible. Keeping the shoulders soft, neck long. Lovely. We're going to go for 8 more of these. Your choice, remember. See, I lulled you in with a false sense of security. We just did that warming up. And now we're straight into the core work. What are we on? 5 more? For 3. For 2. And for 1. Nice work, lovely stuff. Make sure you've got a little space behind you because now we're going to roll all the way down. And maybe just reach the arms up overhead when you get here. Take a big stretch. And we were doing roll downs then. Now we're going to take roll ups. The same principle applies, only go as high as feels good for your body. We're going to keep the hands on the thighs this time. Gently tuck the chin, keep the shoulders soft. As you inhale, just start to roll up. And as you exhale, release down. So you can see this doesn't have to be a very big movement. You set the pace, you set the tone for how high you want to go. Keep the neck, the shoulders relaxed and soft. You might find as we start to warm up a bit more, you can come a little higher. Maybe taking the feet a little further away from the body. Now you can see there for me, my feet start to come off the floor. So that was a little higher than my body was ready to go. So I'm coming back down, feet to the mat, hands coming up towards the knees and rolling back down. We go for 8. For 7. 6. Nice work. For 5. Last one. Lovely. Release down, stretch it out. And you stretch through the arms, stretch through the torso. If you want to take a full body stretch, you can release the legs away. Excellent. Not quite finished into the core yet. So, we're going to take an energetic sit-up. Flex the toes up towards the ceiling. Reach your arms up and overhead. If you're not sure that this is right for you, you can roll onto your side to push yourself up. If you want to give it a go, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, sit all the way up and touch your toes. Lovely. Bring your bend back into the knees again. I feel a bit like the Tin Man this morning. I went to the gym yesterday, was lifting some heavier weights, and it's making me feel all a little bit tighter today than I would like. So, feet hip distance apart, flat to the floor. Sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed. So a little tone to your belly, sucking that belly button in towards the lower back. Now, hands can come together and we're going to take our oblique work here. So we're twisting from side to side. Now maybe the fingertips come around and touch the floor, maybe they don't, but really try and keep this form, shoulders away from your ears, belly button sucked in. Now you can keep like this with the feet to the floor, make it a little more unstable, come onto the tips of your toes, or lift the feet up. Maybe squeeze the knees together as you go from side to side. Entirely up to you. You know what's coming. We're gonna go for 8. I'm counting 1 to each side as a 1, so now we're on 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Release, just give yourself a little hug, squeeze those thighs in towards the body, give yourself a little hug. Now, from here, topple forwards, plant the hands down on the mat. We're just going to come into some little plank variations before we come onto our stomach. So spread the fingers nice and wide, middle finger points forwards towards the top of the mat. Extend the legs back behind you, tuck your tailbone under. Now if this feels a bit energetic, you can drop the knees down, but keep tucking the tailbone under, sucking the belly button in, pushing down through the floor, pushing your shoulder blades apart. Lovely. We're going to hold here. You've got this. Take your option. We're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Drop the knees down, untuck the toes. Now lower, bending the elbows all the way back and down to the mat. Have your hands underneath your shoulders, forehead to the mat. As you inhale, we're going to start to lift all the way up. Now you don't have to straighten the legs, just straighten the arms even. Just see how you feel. As you exhale, we release back down. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, start to lift. Exhale to release back down. Squeezing those glutes as you lift up. Try and have the feet pushing down. Lifting as high as feels good for you. Lovely. For 8. 4, 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lovely. Release down to the mat. Release the arms beside you. Just take the gaze to the side. And if you want to just wiggle across the hips here, you can. Have the feet at hip distance still, forehead to the mat. Flip the palms down beside you, palms pushing into the mat. We're going to start to lift up the head and the chest, just like we were doing, but now there's no weight going through the hands. As you exhale, lower. Lovely. Inhale, lift the head and the chest. Exhale to lower. One more like this. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. You can keep going like this, or as you lift the head and the chest, maybe lift the legs. Exhale to lower. We go again. Inhale. Your choice. Maybe it's the head and the feet, or maybe it's just the head.
Lovely. Option next time to lift the arms. So you're lifting the head, hands, feet. Exhale. We'll take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Just relax. Release the arms. Maybe take a little wiggle across the hips. Just from side to side. So you can do any of the options that we've already been doing. Final option from here, we're coming into our little swimmers, reaching the arms out in front of us, forehead to the mat. As you inhale, start to lift everything up, and we're just going to paddle. Paddle the arms, paddle the legs, try and have no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Stay nice and strong, stay long with the body. Paddling here, keep swimming, keep breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Nice work. Breathe here. Excellent. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, forehead to the mat. Tuck the toes under. Now you can push onto the knees, or you can see if you can push all the way back up into your high plank and drop the knees down. Tabletop position. Excellent. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Push down into the left hand. As you inhale, raise the right arm up. Try and keep your hips in line with your knees. As you exhale, thread the arm through right ear to the floor. We're not staying here. We're going to do this 4 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to thread. Inhale to lift. Exhaling to thread. 2 more. Excellent. And we finish. Move on to the other side. Inhale. Hips in line with the knees. Exhale to thread. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Lovely. Left hand comes down, you're back into tabletop. You can release out here, give yourselves a little wiggle, little circle through the hips, little circle through the shoulders. Excellent. Find the stillness in your tabletop. Lifting the right knee, we're going to open out wide and lower. So opening the knee, try and keep the whole of the rest of the body nice and still, core engaged. Lovely. I've done 3, so I'm going 5 more. Trying to have a nice dip, a big dip in the lower back. We don't want that. Keep the core engaged. For 3. The slower, the more controlled, the more those muscles are going to work. Last one. Excellent. Coming on to the other side. Lifting that left knee. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Let's go for 5. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent work. Release through your wrists. Release through the hips. Nice. Now we're going to come down onto our sides.
Have a bend in the bottom leg. I don't mind which one you do. Straighten the top leg away from you. And you can be resting on a forearm. Maybe hand comes in front of you. Extend through the heel of the straight leg. So for me, it's the right leg. And I'm just going to inhale to kick forwards. Exhale to release back. So this front leg is forwards. It's really helping me have some balance here. Try not to collapse into the core. Try not to roll back. You can make the movement smaller if you wish. We're just sweeping that leg all the way forwards and back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now rest that back leg and just bring the bottom foot back in line with the top foot. So you're lying on your side, knees together, ankles together, feet together. Keep your feet together and we come into our clams. So we lift and we lower, keeping the feet together. If you want to make it a little harder, you can lift the bottom leg. Totally your choice. Keep the core engaged. Try not to collapse into the side of the body. Try not to roll backwards. If you want to make it harder, you could release the arm up above the head. And we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. From here, just start to push yourself up. Separate the legs. We're going to reach the right arm up and over. In my case, it's the right arm. Maybe lowering down onto the forearm again. Get this lovely big stretch. Inhale to come all the way up and we swap it around. So coming down onto the forearm. Bottom leg. The shin is parallel to the long edge of your mat. You're lifting the back leg up, pushing back through the heel, sweep the leg forwards and back. This is our last little set. You are finished. So stay strong. Maybe hands come to the side of the head again. Just makes things a little bit more unstable. Try and keep the legs straight if you can. Maybe hand to the hip. Maybe hand stays on the floor. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bending into the knees, feet together. Feet are coming back so they're sort of in line with your hips. We come into those clams. Kind of a deceptively simple move here. Maybe that bottom leg is lifted. Maybe the fingertips are on the side of the head. Breathing here. We go for 8, 7, working into the outside of that thigh. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Releasing all the way down. Start to push yourself up. Separate the legs out. We come into our mermaid stretch. You could stay here or lower down onto the forearm. Lovely. Inhale to come all the way up. Find that same cross leg that we started the class with. Just notice how the body's feeling. Maybe congratulate yourself for finding this time for your 20-minute Pilates practice. I said we might be a little bit over. We've probably gone a smidge over. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've liked it, like, share, subscribe so you can get our content. We're out for Westside every 1 o'clock every Wednesday. And we're coming straight into another one. So if you have got more than 20 minutes, I recommend staying for the second one. It's going to be completely different, a little bit more energetic. So hopefully see you then. Bye.